Okay, boys and girls, I need to make this announcement real quick. The things that you see in this video involve sharp instruments and glues and adhesives and spray paints and airbrush paints, chemicals, whatnot. Uh, Everything you see me do in this video is just for information only. Uh, there are going to be times, and I hate to say this, when you're using a razor knife that you will slip and get cut. So this stuff is very dangerous, so be very careful in what you're doing. Wear all your proper PPE. That means, face mask, gloves, goggles, anything that would cause you any type of injury. And with that being said, it's a fun hobby. Enjoy yourself, but I can't be responsible for the things that you do on this by watching this. These are the things that I do and how I do it. So now how you do it is strictly up to you. But be careful. Thank you very much. Have a good day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be my entry into the small scale group build for the month of February. And I've got the sprue laid out right here. And I am not a small scale builder, but I am up for a challenge. So we're gonna do this together. You can follow along. I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright folks, before I go any further, like I said, I'm not usually into small scale stuff, but for the first step that I'm going to do, I'm going to gather up all this stuff. I'm going to take it into the house and soak it in some Dawn dishwashing liquid, and we'll get that all cleaned up, and then we'll start putting stuff together and priming it, and then we'll look into paint. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay folks, I just finished washing the parts, got those nice and dry. Then I went ahead and primed everything on the tree. That way it's not ready for paint yet. I'm going to do all my fine sanding and flash removal and all that. It's easier to see when it's gray instead of when it's blue, because all these parts were blue. So now we have somewhere to start with, and hopefully it'll show up all the little hidden fine lines. So we're going to let this thing cook for a minute, and then we'll start doing our sanding and prepping. Alright, be back in a minute. Okay, here we see something on the hood of the truck. Right there where the sprue is, right beside that sanding stick. Whenever you have one like that, always cut way above it. Don't cut down where the hood is. Cut way above it, and then slowly start sanding your way back down, because that bulge right there is can be a problem. And you don't want to remove your numbers from the side of your hood there. So just be careful. Use fine sandpaper or sanding sticks and just slowly work your way down. Okay, in this picture you're seeing a punch mark and from the ejection molder, and it's right into the bottom of the oil pan. So if this is being judged, you don't want to see that right there, or they'll deduct points. So what you'll have to do is add some putty in there, and then sand it back down, and you'll never see it. So just wanted to point that out. Okay, here in this picture you see the front cowl of the truck. The oil pan is down at the bottom, and then this picture you see where I've gone all around the edges with my sanding stick. So you want to go every single edge. Go very lightly, because all you're doing is trying to get that little bit of flash off of there. And once you do that, then we'll reprime it and put it in place. Okay, folks, we are back on the 55 build, and the parts have been primed. Like I said, this is not a final prime. It's just to hide the blue, get rid of the blue, so you can see the little imperfections. And I'm going to show you right here what I'm talking about. Okay, this one has already been pretty much cleaned up. See, I've gone through. See that little mark right there? That's an injector mark right there. So we're going to have to throw a little bit of putty in there. And you had one here and one right there. So, and then you have a lot of flash all the way around this thing. Even on the inside. You want to go through and clean all that up. Now, this is not for the older folks. This is for people just starting out, younger guys or gals. And if you want to do a good job, this is what you're going to have to be aware of. So you're going to get flash. And what is flash? Right here. This is flash. This little piece right there. See that? That's flash. See that little stuff on the edge? That's flash. What you're going to have to do, right there, or flash, what you're going to have to do is do yourself a favor, and trust me, it's well worth it. Get yourself a good set of files, and get you a good set of assorted sanding sticks. Got very fine to very coarse. Because trust me, folks, if you're going to put something like this on a table for judges to see, they notice that kind of stuff. And you don't want to be a slop artist from the get-go. Take a few minutes, take your time, do it the right way. And everything will be okay. The main thing is, you're doing this for fun. You don't rush. Alright. Now, I'm going to start clipping the rest of these off and start sanding. And one other thing too, you might want to invest into a good set of what they call sprue cutters. And that way, because sometimes when you have a piece that's attached, sometimes you can't quite get in there even with a sprue cutter. So the best thing to do is to cut it high. Cut it up here, and then file or sand your way down to this point. Don't cut into this and then you have a big gash right there. Then you're going to have to come back with putty or styrene and repair that. So the best thing to do would be cut it up here and then file and sand your way down. Alright folks, I'll see you in a little bit.